Hello again everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. If you haven't been here before, my name is Karen, welcome, and welcome back if you're a returning visitor. So I'm still working on this Flippy Flappy bee journal. I did start, I've had a few days off again, so I've lost my momentum again. I did start doing a video a couple of days ago and I had just started and I got interrupted, so I had to abandon that. So I haven't worked on this for, it feels like about a week, I'm not sure. So you may see I've done a couple of bits in here, but not very much at all. So I thought I'd come on today and just carry on with this, and I was going to sit and carry on with it and just film the flip through when I finished, and then I thought I might as well just turn the camera on and bring you along with me. So I wanted to do a bit of stamping, and I think I want to what do I want to do? I want to sew the signatures in. So I'm just checking this stamp. Yeah, it's not bad. This is a bee stamp, and it's from this set. This was, you know, I don't know if it's the same everywhere else, but in the UK, sometimes you get the crafting magazines in a box, and it comes with papers and stamps and all, you know, bits and pieces along with the magazine. And this was one of those. And I think it was simply paper crafts, but I'm not sure. But if I can find it, I'll pop it in the description and let you know exactly where this came from, and if it's still available. But that's the set that this bee stamp was in. So I thought I would go through and just pop a little buzzy bee here and there on some of my pages. So that's what I'm doing. So how is everybody today? I hope you're all well. My poor daughter is still poorly. She's still in the room next door with her telly on, so if you hear any noise in the background, that could be what it is. She did perk up a bit. We went and collected, I think I mentioned in the last video, we had to go and collect my middle daughter from where she's working and bring her home for her graduation. And my youngest daughter and I went together to do that. And I think it was just a bit too much too soon, because we had that journey and then obviously the day of the graduation, we were on our feet for a while, and then the actual ceremony was in a marquee, but obviously there were hundreds of people there, and it was very warm inside the marquee. It was quite muggy, so she got a bit overheated, I think, and oh, that's not inking up very well now. Yeah, so literally the day after the graduation, she was, well, she did actually go back to work. She lasted about 2 hours and then they sent her home. So, and she's been in bed ever since, so she's really not very well at all. But I'm hoping she's on the mend now with a bit of rest and recuperation. So I did say I thought I was going to do some stitching in this journal, and I think I've decided I'm not going to, just for a change. So I'm just going to sew these signatures in as they are. I'm trying to do this very randomly, so I'm sort of not thinking about what I'm doing, I'm just doing it. Otherwise I'll start trying to, you know, match things up and have them in the same places and what have you, and I don't want to do that. So we just might have a couple on there actually. Should we have 3 going up the page? I know it's not printing brilliantly, stamping brilliantly, because I'm not on a stamping mat or anything, but this is a junk journal, so I'm not worried. I'm just placing my bees randomly here and there, and I don't mind if they're not perfectly stamped. So that's those ones, and then I still have, oh, I need to do this as well, so I might do that while we're here today. I still haven't popped that in, so should we have a little bee there? Maybe one up there. And maybe one over there. And then it was just the other little. I'm going to do one on the back here. This pad is nice and juicy, but the stamp isn't taking the ink very well. Don't know why, but the block is. And my thumb is also. So has anything exciting been happening in your lives? It's been, as I say, a really busy few weeks for me here. I had my grandson this morning. My granddaughter started school today, and my daughter had to go, she went in for the morning this morning, and then my daughter had to go back in with her about an hour later to do her meet the teacher session, which she missed the other day because my other grandson had hospital appointments. So I had my eldest grandson while my daughter went and did that. So I was thinking I had a day of nothing today, but I ended up babysitting for it was only for an hour or so, and I love having him, and he was as good as gold. He slept most of the time, so that was nice. Right, I think I'm going to sew these little journals together. Now this one is going to be sewn in there, so I just want to make sure that I'm putting the right little journal in the right place. Where have I? And the other one's tucked in there, so I just want to make, you know, to check which one looks best sewn in there. So either that one or that one. I think this one probably stands out a bit more, and as the other one's going in a pocket, it's not so important. We've got American beekeepers, and we're going to put the British bee journal in there, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So I think I'll sew this one in here. So shall we do that next? I think we might now. I found some little beads in my collection that are yellows and blues, which seem to be the colours of this journal. So I'm thinking I could use some of those on, you know, on the dangles that come out of the signatures. So I need to make sure, oh, let's put this stamp away before I lose it. In the drawer in a minute. Put it on the floor behind me. Sorry if I jogged the table or the camera or anything. Right, so I need to find some thread, and I thought I would use some more of my embroidery threads. If you haven't seen this before, I am an ex-cross stitcher, so I have lots and lots of embroidery thread, so I often use that in my journals. But a lot of them, because I used to store all my threads in here, they were cut to this length, A, so they were stored in here nicely when this was not as tatty as it is now, and B, because that was a good length to work with when you're cross stitching. But a lot of these now are far too short for sewing in signatures. See, that colour would go quite well with that, but I think these are going to be too short. Let's have a look. Yeah, so a lot of these now are too short to use for sewing in signatures, which is a shame because I've got so many beautiful colours. So I've got some here that are longer and some that are shorter. So do I have, are the long ones long enough for the bigger signatures? And do I have enough of them? So I've got there. Because I'd like to use embroidery thread so that the strings are thin enough to go through the beads. I'm gonna have to find some really tiny needles. I haven't got any proper beading needles, so I might have to play around with that. Right, let's look at the bigger, because I don't want to use different colour threads in each signature. I want it to be all the same. So, oh look, I put that there, and I was going to pop that on there, wasn't I? Silly Karen. Right, come on, stop faffing, Karen, get on with it. Let's take this one. That's 1, 2, 3 and a bit. Might just get away with that. I can have a go, can't I? And if it doesn't work, I'll just have to start again. So I've got 3 strands for that one. And then that one's a little bit shorter. So 3 strands for that one. Right, maybe I should do the bigger one first then. Because if this is long enough for the bigger one, then everything else is going to be fine. So try and get these straight, level. Now I'm going to have to go, I've left my, the needle I usually use is downstairs, but do have my bookbinding tools here, and there are needles in here, but are they too thick is the question. I think one of those might be all right. Have a try, then I don't have to pause and go downstairs. So I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Look how well that matches. Brilliant. Right, so I need my little stabby. I need some clips. I need my stubby book, which is down here. Right, this is going to be fun doing this. I'm trying to sew these signatures in with this bulky, and these pages everywhere. I've got 3 tall ones, haven't I? Right, I need to get myself organised here. Pop that in there. I need to get those pages out of the way under there. Let's get those out of the way. So this is going here, isn't it? Let's hope I get this right. Now, I think the only page in here that matters is that dictionary page, you know, that matters which way up it is. The rest are just plain pages. That's the middle, and that needs to go there. I've never done anything like this before, so this could all go horribly wrong. So of course I'm doing it on camera. I'll give you all a laugh. Right, I'm trying to make sure that all the other flappy bits are out of the way. So I don't know how well this is going to work on camera. Let's pop that there. That there, and then let's move that one this side. Okay, we've got our pages clipped in. So now we need to make holes. And I can just, I don't need to measure anything really to do this. I want one. Am I sticking my head under the camera? I don't think I am. I'm trying to hold all these flaps out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Right, I want one roughly in the middle, and I'm totally eyeballing this. And then I want one. How big's that dictionary page? So that's the shortest page. So if I make sure I'm within that, and then about the same distance the other end, really roughly eyeballing it. Oh, let's check where that page is again, just in case it's moved. That's all right. So let's go about there. nearly come. I've stabbed through one of the flaps that I shouldn't have stabbed through, of course. So we might have to do a bit of repair work there. So, needle. I'm going to go in here. Back in the top. Down to the bottom. Trying to go back in the middle. That feels like it's gone through. I don't think I've split any threads, or have I? I may have done, because that does not want to pull through. Oh, hang on, have I done it down here? Oh dear. Right, let's get that one under there. Let's see how that's looking. Seems to be nice and tight. I want this one just a tiny bit longer, so I don't know if that was my first or my last. Which way are you pulling? You want to pull this way and this way. Oh, right. That's better. Just make sure that's tight. And then I'm going to tie these in a double knot and leave them long, because I'm going to put the beads on the bottom of this. So that wasn't too painful, could have been worse, and that was long enough, so that's brilliant. Let's just make sure now. Hopefully I haven't sewn it to anything it shouldn't be sewn to. I know I haven't glued down all those folds and everything yet, but I decided I'd just do it once I'd sewn everything in, because I feel like I need to have the pages in now to be able to finish what I'm doing. So I keep looking at this and faffing because I want to decorate, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll decorate before I sew the pages in, but I feel like I need the pages in before I can decorate. And I do, as I say, I've sort of lost my mojo with this because I've stopped and gone away, and I definitely work better when I can just keep going with the project rather than stopping and starting and coming back to it. So I'm learning, you know, how best I work. So that's our first signature in there, and our flippy up pages were going there, weren't they? They were going there. Make sure I've got this right. And then this signature was going here. That's right, so I need to do the same thing now here. But this signature is slightly shorter, so maybe I should do the other big one, which is going here. So that I don't get lost. Right, you've seen me do one signature. I think I will just pause this now while I sew the other signatures in, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm back again. I'm glad I only did the first signature on camera because all of the others was so difficult to do. It's taken me ages, but they're all sewn in. This one's just sewn together as it is. I probably won't put dangles on this one because it's going in this envelope, this pocket, whatever, envelope, wasn't it? So that's going in there, so I probably won't put dangles on there because they'll be getting in the way otherwise. So we've got that one in there, and then we've got a signature sewn in here, and that's our big pocket. We need to make something to go in there. Then we've got a little signature sewn in here, and again we've got to put something in that pocket there. And then we've got a signature here and a signature here. So now we've got to attach this little flippy notepad that I made. I'm just wondering whether to put a few more papers in there or not. I keep umming and ahhing about it. I don't want it to get too chunky, but I also don't want it to look a bit sad, you know, just a few papers there. Maybe I could just add a couple more. Do a more narrow one maybe. Stay straight. That's one. Let's use up these torn ones. There. I'll get another one in there for the rip. Just about, probably. See what that looks like. Let's ink up these edges. I'm doing both sides because when you flip it up to right, I want it to look, you know, the same on the back as on the front. So, and I know some of these edges are ripped and some of them are straight. I don't care. It's a proper scrappy journal, this one. It's probably, I think this is probably the grungiest thing I've made, although my Amazon packaging journal is quite grungy as well. But yeah, I'm embracing the imperfections in this journal. So let's arrange these and then work out how we're going to fix them. In. I think I want to tie it somehow with the same blue embroidery thread. I know what I could do. If we had one that was a bit shorter, so a bit longer than that one. Ish. That, then that, then that. That'll make it a bit more interesting, and that feels a bit better now. Trying to arrange these. I want to see the edges. I don't want that. This side seems to be all lined up and this side's not, so I need to try and arrange the papers a bit. Sorry if this is really boring. There's my little bee. Can't get them the same on each side. Well, that's going to have to do. We'll be fiddling about with this all day otherwise. We're supposed to be embracing the imperfections, Karen, remember? Right, let's get that out of the way. Try and get that roughly in the middle where we want it to be. And then I think I'm just going to punch 2 holes in there and tie the embroidery thread through and hope that that is sufficient to hold it. To get my... I'm sorry, I know I'm really jogging everything. I need... Ooh. Just thinking... Maybe I could use these. That would probably hold it a bit better, the embroidery. But then it's not going to, you're going to see these on the back. Although I could fix the papers together with the paper, the these paper clippy things, can't remember what they're called, and then I could tie the thing in. Right, I think I know what I want to do. I need to get these flaps out the way at the back. Don't want to put holes in anything that shouldn't have holes in by mistake. So I'm sorry that this isn't all on camera, but it's too unwieldy. Pop those over there. Right, let's see what we're doing. So I want the smaller of the holes, which is the 1/8 of an inch. And how far in do I want to go? 1/2 inch? Is that going to be too far? Let's have a look. Why won't we unlock? That's better. Yeah, I think that will be all right. So I'm going to put a hole there, and I'm going to put a hole there. And then I'm going to thread this through. Like that and like that, so the thread is through, but then I am going to put this only through the papers. Not through the holes in the back of the cover. And then, I hope this works. I don't know where that's come from. And then I'm going to turn this. I didn't hold it onto it as I turned it over. Oh, you numpty Karen. Right, let's turn it over and see if we can thread these through. I hope it's light enough. It's starting to get dark now. Sorry, sticking my head under the camera there. Oh, I'm going to have to put this. Lost my needle again. Where's it gone? I don't know if this is going to hold this, but we'll have a try. I think I might need to put you know, hole reinforcers there, because it might rip, might tear. Oh, I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I might have to untie that and just put some reinforcement there. But then that means that that little pad then can be swapped out if I do it that way. So I'll have to see how this works. Right, so what we've got so far, we've got a signature there, then we've got a signature here, then we have our Flippy Flappy pad there, which I'm not sure about. Can you see it moving? Maybe I should put the bits through the legs through the back here. Maybe that would be better. I'll fiddle about with that off camera. So we've got our pad there. Then we've got another signature here. And then we've got our other signature in there. That goes like that. So now I need to think, and I've just undone that bow, so yeah, that's going to need something else. I think maybe popping the legs through there would be better. So I need to think about how I'm going to keep this all closed, and I need to finish decorating it. I need to make things to go in all the pockets. So I'm going to leave it there for now because I feel like this has been another long one. And I will be back again. I still don't know if I'm going to be back working on this or whether I'm going to come back just with the flip through. And I've not decided what to do about these strings, so I'm just keeping them out the way for the moment. I like the idea of the blue string on the back with all those, you know, matching the signature strings. Go on, go in. Oh, now you've popped out again. You're not missing anything. You can go back in there. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. On the other side. So that's a bit more secure, and I've bent my papers. So I'll have to think about that. So that closes like that, and that one closes like that. So I need to pop my beads on, and I need to think about a closure, and I need to decorate, and I need to think about this. Really not sure about that, but that's where we are today. So thank you for joining me. I hope you found that interesting and maybe a little bit inspiring. I'll be back again in a couple of days, hopefully. Take care. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.